Let's look at what happens when we reflect in the x-axis on a function that's already been transformed. So remember that for a vertical transformation, which reflection in the x-axis is a vertical transformation because it affects the y values, we affect the entire function. So g of x is equal to negative f of x. So it affects the whole function. And what is our whole function? This right here. Absolute value of x plus 3 plus 1. So that means that we need to make that negative affect the entire thing by putting it in parentheses. We have that x plus 3 in the absolute value bars, but we also have that plus 1, and the negative needs to affect both. Next, we need to distribute the negative, but a rule that you need to remember about absolute values is that you cannot distribute into absolute value bars. So that negative sign is going to have to stay on the outside as negative, and then absolute value of x plus 3, and then finally minus 1 when we distribute the negative to the 1. So that's a very important thing to remember, is that you cannot distribute into or onto the inside of absolute value bars. Let's now look at a reflection that's going to affect our horizontal values by reflecting across the y-axis. So again, we are only going to be substituting for x because this is a horizontal transformation. Substitute for x, and what is x? It's just right there. So in function notation, g of x is equal to f of negative x. Reflections are a negative sign. When we substitute for x, we are going to get absolute value of negative x plus 3. Remember, horizontal things only affect x itself, and then plus 1.